STOGROW is pretty much just a learning experience where students are able to put some of what they learned in biology classes into practice and see how that kind of relates in a real-world situation. And it also starts to pioneer kind of new experiments and new thoughts about how we relate to agriculture.
So this summer, me and Claire Michelson are running STOGROW, which is St. Olaf's 1.5-acre organic farm. It's not certified organic, but we use all organic practices and techniques, like we don't use pesticides or herbicides. And we try to restrict the practices that are really detrimental to soils as much as possible, such as tilling or any other chemical uses or monocultures or monocrops.
Heavy tillage practices are degradational to our soils because when you till the soil, you incorporate oxygen, and the oxygen causes the soily bugs to go nuts, and they metabolize the carbon, which is the lifeblood of the soil, and burp it off as CO2. So for hundreds of years, farmers have been tilling the soil, and that is where a good share of our CO2 in the atmosphere has come from.
We have a variety of crops that we're growing. We have 3 main groups, so that's brassicas, which are like cabbages, kale, spinach, etc. We have cucurbits, which are kind of like melons that we have, or squashes. And then we have solanaceous crops, which are tomatoes, eggplants, and peppers. We've kind of been looking at how the interactions between all of these crops play out. So for example, we have some nitrogen fixating beans planted among the eggplants, which are a solanaceous crop. And that's because solanaceous crops are very nutrient intensive, so they'll take a lot out of the soil, but the beans are able to bring nitrogen back into the soil to alleviate some of the stress. The vast majority of people I've met are very supportive of looking at how we can help shape St. Olaf to be more sustainably focused. You have things like adding compost bins to all of the dorms. It's really interesting to see how it kind of has developed even in my short time here.
I think a lot of people are realizing that there's no point in a fancy career and a nice lifestyle if the world around us is burning. And so I think a lot of us, myself and Claire included, are kind of realizing we have some sacrifices to make ourselves, just to let humanity keep going, have the world keep going. And it's just really beautiful to see people really kind of coming around to it and actually starting some change.
St. Olaf is a pretty good place where you have lots of opportunities at your disposal to work with things in your interest area.
One of the beauties of this is materials and energy are a part of our everyday life, so we can't escape it. And that's the beauty of sort of being alive on planet Earth. And I just invite people into that mix and ask, what is possible? Rather than say what's not possible, ask what is possible. And that is a great way to get a conversation going about environment, sustainability, and justice.